Hello there. Welcome to the Fantastic Man Show. Welcome to a half hour of thrills, chills, and spills. Welcome to an epic like no other. I'm Kris Garwood, creator of the Fantastic Man, and I'm sure there are many of you out there who have absolutely no idea who the Fantastic Man is. You've probably never heard of him and you don't know what he's all about. Well, by the end of today's episode, I assure you, you'll think differently. Let me begin by explaining to you just who the Fantastic Man is. First off, with a name like Fantastic Man, he's obviously not your average guy. Of course not. He's a superhero, a full-fledged crime fighter, a defender of a city. His real name is Bob Spears, your typical law-abiding citizen. But one thing that's different about him as compared to other heroes is Bob has no secret identity. He's got nothing to hide. He does his job, which is to battle the forces of evil. That's right, he's a full-time crime fighter. Then I suppose the question has arisen, if he does this for a living, then how does he live? Well, Bob was fortunate enough to have had a rather rich uncle, an uncle who was kind enough to leave Bob's name in the will, thus giving Bob his house, property, money, everything. Bob's rather well off, so we needn't worry. Well, I'm sure you've grown bored listening to the Fantastic Man's alter ego. I bet you're eager to find out about the Fantastic Man himself. Well, to begin, Fantastic Man is just one of the many heroes featured in the Dynamo Comics line of magazines. It just seems that he's the most popular, and that's why he's got a TV show based on him. I created him back in 1987, and he's been around ever since. Fantastic Man's a superhero, first and foremost. He fights crime, he throws bad guys in jail, and he battles your typical bizarre, colorful villains. How does he do this? Well, he flies by means of 2 jet pods on the bottoms of his shoes. Also, due to a run-in with a rather bizarre chemical, he has the ability to lift objects of 2 tons or more. Pretty strong guy, huh? This chemical also heightened his sense of sight and hearing as well, hence making him an ideal crime-fighting being. Yet he still has trouble battling certain villains. For instance, in today's episode, he tangles with not 1, not 2, but 3 fiendish villains. The first, the Madman, made his debut in the pages of the first issue of the Fantastic Man comics. That's right, issue number 1, here you can see. And with a name like the Madman, he certainly poses a formidable threat to our hero. Obviously, you can see that Fantastic Man has enough to take him, but that will remain to be seen in today's episode. Also, the next villain has a rather shocking nature. His name is Electrix. He first appeared in issue number 5 of Fantastic Man comics, and he's been a thorn in our hero's side ever since. You can see here that he possesses tremendous electrical power, and it's evident these powers will be present in today's episode. As for the third villain, well, as far as the comics is concerned, the fans will know right away who he is. But those of you who aren't fans, and this is your first peek at the Fantastic Man, you'll just have to wait and see. He's the most powerful, not mentally, not physically, but powerful. Just watch. So there you have it. You now know who the Fantastic Man is, you know what he's all about, and you possess the knowledge you should before watching today's episode. So sit back, relax, get comfortable, and watch today's episode. I'm Kris Garwood. Enjoy.
I'm Bob Alexander, bringing you a city news break. NASA has just recently confirmed the launching of its latest space shuttle venture. After years of undergoing extensive construction, it's finally prepared for liftoff. NASA representatives have confirmed liftoff from Cape Kennedy, Florida on November 12th. If conditions are optimal, we'll have more news at 11.
Boy, honey, that sure was one masterpiece of a film, huh? I've never seen such beauty before. It had it all. Action, adventure, thrills, chills, everything.
That may be why you liked it, but that's not at all why I did. I just think Don Knotts is the foxiest man alive. Let's see it again sometime, huh, honey?
Sure, baby doll. Now how about we go stop and get a bite to eat?
Sounds good to me. I'm starving.
Good then. When we get home, we can sit back, relax, and take in a few good episodes of Welcome Back, Yeager.
It sounds perfect.
Good. Let's get... Did you hear that?
Hear what? I didn't hear a thing.
Maybe it's just my imagination. I'm just a little spooked, that's all.
Oh, you're just too paranoid. You get like this every time we come into the city.
Hey, call me cautious. I just want to avoid a run-in with death, you know. I mean, you can never be sure. For all we know, it could be lying right around the corner.
Oh, honey, stop your worrying and... Ah!
What?
Give me everything you got, now!
But please, don't hurt us.
Hurry up!
Oh, I beg of you.
I said hurry up!
Ah!
I'm gonna give you till the count of 10, and then I'm gonna have to hurt you. You wouldn't want that, would you?
Oh, no, not at all.
1, 2, 3,
Honey, do something.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Please.
8, 9.
What? Honey, look at this. Look at him go. Honey, we're saved. Hey, you're that loony the papers are always talking about. You're the Fantastic Man.
Yep, that's me.
We owe you our lives.
Please, fair citizen, I was merely doing my job. No need to express such gratitude for my mere livelihood.
Indeed, you were doing your job. Now I see why they call you the Fantastic Man.
My namesake has little to do with the matter. Were you or your lady injured in any way, shape, or form?
No, but we would have been if it not have been for your heroic deed.
Good. Once more, I have prevented a tragedy from occurring.
We are both very grateful. As my husband said, we owe you our lives.
I now bid you farewell, fair citizen. For now, though, I have a job to do, and I must now tend to it, for I can never rest on my never-ending battle against crime and evil.
Goodbye, Fantastic Man. Thank you.
And so the Fantastic Man departs and has saved a life once more.
I'm Bob Alexander, and this is a CNS News Break. There are continuing reports dealing with the self-proclaimed vigilante hero, Fantastic Man. He was at it once more this afternoon. He apparently rescued an old couple from a mugger in the Upper East Side of the city. The police are still puzzled at why he works alone, and why he chooses to wear a funny costume. There is also that continuing debate, is he friend or foe? All the media hoopla set aside, once more the Fantastic Man has acted like a guardian angel over our city.
Would you look at that, Bob? On TV again, and people still aren't sure what to think about you. Geez, you figure after saving the city, if not the world, over and over again, not to mention starring in your very own movie, the citizens of this city would realize that you're a blessing, a guardian angel.
Joey, my boy, relax. If anyone should be complaining, it should be me. And you don't see that, do you? Just calm down. You're making a big deal out of absolutely nothing.
If you call making a villain out of you nothing, they're putting you in the same light as the very criminals you swear to eliminate.
Joey, who's they? The people? The hard-working citizens of this fair city? No, the media, the press. That's who's making it out that way. See, you must learn to understand the press feeds on situations like mine. They figure if they start a small controversy, it will grow into something bigger and bigger, thus giving them more news to feed on.
I don't know.
It happened many times before, and that's why I'm not making a big deal of it. If you ignore them, they'll leave you alone. It's something I've learned early in my career.
I guess. Say, what do you think about the new shuttle? Venturer. I hear it's the most high-tech spacecraft NASA has ever produced. They say it'll be the first space shuttle to bring man to Mars. They say...
Joey, who's they? You're doing it again. You're allowing the voice of the media to interfere with your view of things. But don't feel bad. There's about 25 million people out there who do the same thing. Anyway, I think the shuttle has great potential, and I'm almost sure there are numerous villains out there with their eyes on it, and that's why I must be ready. And ready I shall be.
Meanwhile, across the city, a villain does plan, and at the moment, the plan appears to be succeeding. I've made up my mind. My plan shall soon be put into effect. But I need the aid of several people, for which, without their help, my plan will not work. I'm in need of great electrical power far greater than that of any ordinary energy source. And I know of only one thing that has that power, the being known as Electrix. But Electrix is trapped inside of a concrete slab, even as I speak. It will take much planning for me to release him. And aside from that, I'll need the aid of somebody truly diabolical, genuinely malevolent. And the first person that comes to my mind is a lunatic villain known as the Madman. But once more, I am stopped by an obstacle. The Madman is currently held captive in the county prison, being watched under maximum security. I guess it appears the first part of my plan is to set them both free, and then go on with my true strategy.
This just in. There has been a jailbreak at the county prison. All police forces have been knocked unconscious by a large gas bomb and are helpless against the situation. Right now, it appears our only hope is the Harbor Police Division, who will be arriving by helicopter.
Would you look at that, Bob? They say it's our only hope.
That's what they think.
And so Bob Spears dons his familiar crime-fighting outfit once more, and is ready to stop the menace that has been unleashed upon the city.
A jailbreak, eh? Coincidentally occurring at the exact same time the Venturer shuttle is released. I don't know. I was just waiting for something like this to happen. I should have been ready for something like this weeks ago. There's the scene now. And it looks like... Oh no, it can't be. Not him. Not now.
Yes, Fantastic Man, it is I, the ever-wicked Madman, and now that I'm free from prison, I shall get my ever-long-awaited revenge.
We'll see about that.
Your words of bravery don't scare me a bit. I've nearly defeated you in the past, and this time I will not fail, for I am not working alone. I have the aid of some unknown ally, which means you better watch out.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Ooh, I see you still have some power in you still. Well, this lasso gun will put you away, enabling me to escape completely.
Another one of your pathetic toys?
I'll show you a toy.
Ha! Your aim needs a little practice. Huh? Where'd he go? Blast it! He got away. Every time we clash, he gets all wrapped up in his conversation, then he distracts me while he gets away. I should have learned by now. It happens every time we meet. And now, because of my mistake, the city and possibly the world will pay.
All the while, the Fantastic Man grieves over his mistakes. The bizarre, shadowy villain behind the whole plan moves on with his fiendish plot, this time preparing to set free the electrifying being known as Electrix. With the Madman now free and on his way here, all I have to do is set Electrix free, and then I can move on. Now, by simply pulling this switch, millions upon millions of volts will surge through this slab of concrete, in which Electrix is now trapped in. Then revitalize him, hence bringing him back to life. There! It is done! It is a complete success, and I have brought back the ever-powerful Electrix. Now I will prepare to fulfill the remaining pieces of my plan.
What happened? Concrete, I don't remember.
Obviously you are a bit shooken up from the equipment I used to bring you back, but you shall get used to it. You see, you were trapped in that giant slab of concrete for quite a while. It wasn't until now that you have been set free.
Yes, I remember everything now. The Fantastic Man. He did it. He's the one who put me in this blasted concrete prison. Oh, how I'd love to get my revenge on that guy.
All in good time, my anxious ally. But for now, I must show you the reason I brought you back. I must reveal my master plan.
Master plan, eh? Tell me more, much more.
You see, Electrix, I intend to.
Hold it! Not so fast, stranger. There will be no strategy telling until I am here.
Greetings, Madman. I'm quite pleased that you could make it. I see you escaped from the prison easily enough.
Yes, thanks to your specialized knockout gas. However, I ended up running into that accursed fool Fantastic Man.
Indeed. I count on the Fantastic Man to involve himself in my plan. But I assure both of you, once my plan is completed, he will be destroyed for good.
So, what are you waiting for? If this plan of yours is so great, then why hesitate in telling us? Go on, go on. If it means destroying the Fantastic Man, my ears are wide open.
Very well. I'm sure all of you have heard of that new space shuttle, Venturer. Well, my plan revolves around it. You see, since it is supposed to accomplish so much, I will be there to sabotage it.
So you're gonna blow it up?
No, not at all. I've constructed a mass hypnotic device. It sends out high-frequency hypnotic waves, and anybody who the waves penetrate immediately turn into mindless zombies. I intend to plant it on the shuttle, and then from there hypnotize the entire city. It is this receiving device from which the signals are picked up on, and if all goes well, the whole city will be our slaves. You, Madman, will have the honor of planting the device on the shuttle, so it is imperative that you do not fail.
I won't fail on such an ingenious plan like this. If all goes well, we could literally rule the entire city. Oh, I like it a lot.
Wait! I didn't quite hear my name in your little plan. Do you mind then telling me why I am here?
Certainly, my high-strung comrade. It is you who has the most crucial part. You will have to generate millions of volts into the transfer outlet I have set up. It is you who will be providing the electricity for this mission. And I will need a lot, for the hypno device requires much electricity in order to work. So you mustn't fail either.
But how can you be so sure? How can you be so positive that this plan of yours will work?
That depends on you two. Simply put, if you succeed, I succeed. If you don't succeed, then I don't succeed. And I wish to succeed.
My part is easy. I am capable of generating billions of volts of electricity. But as for you, madman, I don't know how you...
Please, do not hound me with such incompetence. I have completed hundreds of break-ins. I don't expect this one to be much different. You must learn to have faith in your teammates.
Oh, I have faith in myself.
Please, don't argue. We've got a rather lengthy job to tend to.
Yeah. Where do I go and what do I do?
You, Madman, have the honor of planting the hypno device at the Camp Kennedy launch site. And from there, we will move on.
So, what you imply is that I merely slip in there, plant the device, and then we slip out. Piece of cake.
I hope so, because if you fail, the plan will not work.
I understand that. That is why I won't fail.
So, determined to succeed, the Madman makes his way into the shuttle bay undetected, where he easily plants the hypno device.
There. It is done. Soon we will dominate the entire planet.
And so, part 1 of the Stranger's plan of world conquest has been fulfilled. Meanwhile, Electrix is preparing for his key role.
Now, I'm ready. Just say the word.
Not yet, Electrix. Once we get the Madman's signal. There it is. Now, Electrix, put all you've got into this one. Then, replying to the man's orders, Electrix uses his vast electrical power to shock the transfer, pumping electricity into the device. And so, the strange man's plan succeeds. The device gives off its strange hypnotic waves, and therefore, innocent people are turned into helpless zombies, unable to think, including the Fantastic Man. There, we've succeeded. The entire city is my slave. Now to move on to Phase 2. What will happen? What is Phase 2, and how is the Fantastic Man to combat such a strange foe if he himself is a helpless slave? To find out, tune in to the next episode of Fantastic Man.